Welcome, Capricorn. This is your weekly focus, February the 4th through to the 10th, 2019. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. We have beautiful energy starting off this week. We have a new moon in Aquarius. So the moon is in Aquarius, the sun is in Aquarius. Mercury is also standing right there with them in Aquarius, and they are all trining Jupiter. So the expansion. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles kind of fluttered out there just as I was getting ready to cut the deck. So we have to pay attention. The card turned up completely upside down. I'm like, oh, should I turn it over or just put it back in the deck? But turn it over it was. Now this is a little bit about thinking outside the box in order to grow your wealth, security, foundations, taking educated guesses, or educated risks, I should say. Could be a guess, but if you're tapping into your intuition, your inner wisdom, your sage wisdom, but it's really about thinking outside the box. It's and growing like true wealth, like a real strong, positive, your resources, or it could be just your with the King of Pentacles, it could be your own self-esteem, although I don't think it's self-esteem as much as it's money or it's resources, material security in some way, really being able to take a step forward with that. We know that the new moon does bring in things with this kind of combination of good luck or good news coming your way, definitely through communication, definitely through travel. We can expand our knowledge under this kind of energy. There's a generosity about us and generosity towards us. There's an optimism, there's a bounce in our step. Look at that. The Ten of Cups appears. Yeah. Something to really grow you strong in your material security or your home and family security. It could be your partnerships, your relationships. This is happy home. This is a strong foundation. This is growing relationships, growing opportunities, stepping into your happily ever after. That's what this card is. You're happily ever after. Good things coming your way. We have the Seven of Pentacles. What are you cultivating? Where is your focus? Where's your attention? Is it where it needs to be? Three of Pentacles. Whatever it is, and even if it comes in as some kind of good luck or good news kind of energy, you know that there is a lot of work and commitment that needs to be made, an obligation of yourself, a commitment to yourself, or some kind of self-discipline that's really going to matter long-term for the true success to be present in your life. And definitely where your focus is. What are you cultivating right now? Where are you directing your energy? For work, career, generosity here. Definitely a new moon. Now, this could be work and career, what defines you. So if you're out there in the community and you're working hard for the greater good of all, and people say, well, you should see her at fundraising, or you should see him when he's organizing that event. He raises so much money in order to help others. And maybe it's just opening your door to somebody, or reaching out because you know they need a friend. And this is the give and take. So know that what you give out to the collective comes back to you as rewards in so many ways. And so look where you can make that impact in your environment this week, in your relationships this week, in your job or career this week, in the organizations or the groups that you belong to this week. It could be health and fitness, yes. I don't get that as much. Two of Swords. There's a lot of emotion here. A lot of thinking that needs to happen when it comes to your relationships. Now, relationships could be a lover, a best friend, a soulmate, a partner, a friend at work, a parent, a child, a sibling, the people we love most in our life. And so there might be some challenging choices that you have to make this week when it comes to a relationship in your life, a decision that has to be made. It's not going to be an easy decision either. It's going to take one of courage in order to really choose the proper road. So maybe somebody's become too dependent on you and you need to kind of realign that relationship a little bit better and make them more independent of themselves. Or maybe somebody's trying to control the atmosphere in some way, or you're trying to control the atmosphere as well in some way. And where you need to maybe pull back on those controls a little bit or not allow the control in your life. And whatever this is, if you give it the time, if you give it the energy, if you look within and you're really truthful with yourself, it is really going to land you in a better place because it shadows the Ten of Cups there. So, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Well, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles has started coming out again a little bit more and more. Not so much this week, but this week for you. Now, the Ace of Pentacles talks about resources, material security, finances getting better, a path opening up for new finances to grow. This is the abundance in your life. This is the pathway to the abundance in your life. And I'm kind of getting this one step forward, two steps back kind of energy, but I'm getting it with a different card, but it popped into my head, so I'll say it out loud. So where you felt like you just couldn't make any headway or you couldn't move forward in some way, now's the opportunity when you can. Now we're going to put it on top of the Seven of Pentacles. So it has a little bit to do with your focus. What are you cultivating? But this is also an energy, especially with the Ace of Pentacles here, for, it's not even like you've worked towards it or anything, but you say, I really want to start a business and I really want to go in this direction or that direction, but I don't have this. And it's definitely a tool I need in order to go forward. And it appears. So whatever you are focusing on, whatever you are giving your attention to, you will see things come into play in your life. Just, the luck of the draw, or, it just happens that way, or you've worked towards something, but the phone hasn't rang yet, and you think that it's kind of like dead in the water, and then all of a sudden the phone rings and things come together for you. So it is about focusing truly on the things that matter, especially when it comes to growing your abundance. Now, where are you putting your focus, and is it a positive focus forward? We have the Three of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. So once again, we have a lot of pentacles here. So it definitely is about growing your wealth, your resources, your finances. We know it's going to take work. We know it's going to take commitment. We know we need to roll up our sleeves and get down to business. And in some ways, the charity we give to others, the opportunity we give to others comes back to reward us. Or somebody might actually be opening the door for that charity to fall onto us in order for us to take the step forward that we need. We have the Ten of Cups and the Two of Swords. You may have been holding off on a relationship and they've been asking you to take that next step and you've been, no, I don't know about that. And yes, there is a lot of emotion. I can't tell you which way to choose here because it is a general reading, but if you're really being truthful and honoring your inner guide, your heart, your path, what your values, what you stand for, it'll be the right decision in order to make you move forward. but we have to think it through. And there may be a sense of courage that has to come upon us in order for our voices to be as strong as they need to be and deliver the right message to the right people. But I think we'll find those words so long as we are thinking it through. So I definitely see something coming. It's either just, good luck. That happens, all of a sudden that door opens and you weren't expecting it to. You didn't even know that that doorway existed, that path existed. But it really moves you forward in the way that you want to move forward. I think this week has a lot to do with your financial and growing your financial, growing that stability. Now, it could be growing your home life as well with the Ten of Cups there. So making it a strong, unified, safe, comfortable environment, home and roots and feeling of a belonging and letting your hair down and relaxing because you're safe and in that home setting. So there could be things in play around that in order to have the right people around you. If you were to meet somebody out of the blue, I think they move you forward. And it could be somebody that you thought needed your help and they turn around and help you more than you could ever help them. But you didn't meet them and you didn't help them with that in mind. It's like you didn't even know about it. You didn't even know that that potential was there. Watch where your focus is this week. Where you are putting your focus, where you are putting your energy is where new gifts can come in to move you forward. So if you are thinking in negative terms, negative situations, that gift will actually move you closer to that negative environment, and we don't want that. So think in very positive terms of what you want to step into, of where you want and how you want to grow your finances. That material stability, perhaps, and it could be home, family, roots. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.